What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and it's time to dive into our next series and the final of the current set of WizKids unboxings, covering the two Curse of Strahd Icons of the Realms boxes of minis. So in this first set, we have here what is called Covens and Covenants, and from the looks of it on the outside, this is, I think, the kids from the Death House, all of the different hags, as well as maybe the bishop and the fake Strahd bride. And in this box, this is called Legends of Barovia, and this looks to have, or maybe this has the bishop. It looks like it has Rictavio, or Van Richton, Esmerelda, and Strahd. I think maybe Madame Eva as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up both of these boxes and then take a look at each of the minis. So I'm going to actually open them up, take all the minis out of the box, and then we'll put them on the close cam and go from there. So fun fact real quick with this kind of plastic shell, make sure you reach from the underside here and push them up and out like this. Because I tried to pull Van Richton out by just the mini, and his feet, with very little force, just completely separated from the base. Now I'll have to glue that back on, but I just wanted to give you that warning up front. First up, we have Esmerelda, our resident vampire hunter character from Curse of Strahd. You can see she has a green boot there. I think that's supposed to replicate her wooden leg, I believe. But you can see her sword and her axe, and the face could use a little, her mouth is a little funky, but other than that, not bad. Next up, we've got the man himself, Mr. Strzonzarovich. And as you can see, he has like a little transparent kind of glass there with wine or blood, his hand on his greatsword. This sculpt is really nice. I like this one a lot. Again, could just be a standard vampire, doesn't necessarily have to be Strahd. Then we have Madame Eva. I think that's supposed to be Taraka deck cards in her hand. You can kind of see on the other side, there's a little symbol there. But all in all, this sculpt, I don't know if there's ever actual images. There may be some, but you can see there's also like a white paint smudge on the base. So I'm not a huge fan of Madame Eva there. This is Babalai Saga, the sort of main hag from the one encounter in Curse of Strahd. I like that you can see she's on a pile of skull. She's got some big ass feet though. And I do like that you can see kind of in like all of this intricacy, like detail in her robe. And her face, she looks very menacing. I like that. You can see she's got like beads. I'll move our light a little bit closer here. On kind of around her neck there. All in all, a good sculpt overall. I like Babalai Saga quite a bit. We have a Mongrel Folk. It's not a specific Mongrel Folk. It just is one of many from the kind of Abbey encounter. You can see sort of like a slightly translucent lantern there. You know what? I'm actually going to disconnect. I thought the door would be a cool feature, but I think it's actually getting in the way when we spin around to look at the back of the minis here. Again, decent mini overall. It's pretty generic. And then we have Piddlewick the second, this sort of evil puppet creature with the sort of jester hat there. Again, he comes into play so late in the game that I feel like a mini for him isn't completely necessary, but either way, there he is, evil puppet. And then lastly, we have here's my Rudolph Richton. Here's the base, and you can see that, like I said, I wasn't being apparently careful enough, and he's got little studs on his feet, and he just sort of popped right out of his base here when I was taking it out of the package. So let me see if I can just force his feet back into the posts so we can get a good look at him. There we go. And he's got our typical old-timey, the old veteran vampire hunter look. You can see he's got his glasses. His eyes kind of look like they're bugging out a little bit. Holding a red book there. He's got his leather duster. And then again, his staff looks like it's like a cane sword. And I think that's like a raven kind of pommel, if you will. All right, and that is the Legends of Barovia set. Now we're going to move on to the Covens and Covenants. So we have Bella Sunbane. I believe that this is one of the... I'm not even sure. I think this is one of the hags. She's got some green kind of glowy magic coming out of her hand there. She's almost like a mind flayer looking head with those, like, that hair kind of looks like tentacles. But again, could work as a generic hag mini or just some sort of like an evil queen from Snow White. Then we've got, who's this? This is Thalia Wormwiggle. I don't know, is this another hag? I'm not even, some of these characters, they don't even ring bells for me. And I've played through Curse of Strahd, but maybe these are just characters we never encountered. Got some balding issues here, holding a long cane, kind of hunched over with, again, another translucent. They're big on the translucent lanterns. Who else do we have here? This is Morgantha. This one, I definitely know who this is because she's got the dream pie in her hand there. She's the one who sells the pies, I think, in the actual village of Borovia proper. So this is nice because it could be used as like a hag, but it also could be just like a standard old lady townsperson mini. Then we've got, who is this? This is the Abbott. Okay, he doesn't actually look, this just looks like a regular priest Abbott type figure. He doesn't have anything that makes him seem otherworldly in any way. He's got a very severe face. Nothing too crazy about this mini. Then we do have, this is Vasilka. This is like the bride, the kind of stitched flesh Frankenstein monster bride. And I like this mini a lot. You can actually see they put some effort in to do like the stitches on her back and the clothes all stitched together. And that veil, I don't know if you can tell, is actually translucent. She's got her flowers there. And then we have the two kids from the Death House. So here is Rose, the girl from the Death House, very vampire-esque in nature with her high cloak and her little hair bits there. Kind of doing a curtsy. I like this mini a lot, actually. And then her brother's name is Thorn. And remember how I told you to be careful when you were popping those out, like pop it from the bottom, not like pull out on the mini, because that's how I dislocated Van Richton from the base. Well, it turns out I popped Thorn out from the bottom, pushing from the bottom of the blister pack. And when he shot loose, it actually jettisoned him from his base. When I popped the bottom, he shot off of the base and then he went flying and the base went flying as well. So again, thankfully these have studs, so I think I can just kind of pressure fit him back into the base so we can at least take a look at him. There we go. And he is a, you know, he's got his little, looks like a little puppet or like mask there in his hand. Again, another cool sculpt. Again, that's interesting because they are kind of the characters you're going to first encounter if you decide to play through the intro mission for Curse of Strahd. So that right there is all of the different minis that we have in the Curse of Strahd, you know, mini packs, if you will. And obviously we know that Curse of Strahd Revamped is coming out in October. So these were associated with that. And I'm going to look because I believe I do have some information on these that I was provided from WizKids. So these are set to release in October. They are going to be $39.99 each. You can find them, obviously, potentially ordering them through your local game store. If I can find Amazon links for them, I will put the Amazon links in the description below. Those will be affiliate links, so if you pick them up from Amazon, I'll get a little percentage of it, so it helps to support the channel. And then again, I have this, I'll read you the kind of the text if you will. So for the Legends of Borovia, it says, within the Valley of Borovia, there are many stories to be told. Local legends say that the Count Strzonzarovich has ruled over this valley for generations and that his land plays host to many powerful beings. Some serve him willingly and others plot his downfall. Within this box, you will find some of the valley's most terrifying foes as well as its most legendary heroes. Excite your players with this collection of 7 highly detailed miniatures and start building your own legendary story today. And it is Strahd, Madame Eva, Van Richten, Esmerelda, Piddlewick, Baba Lysaga, and a Mongrel Folk. And for the Covens and Covenants, it's within the Valley of Barovia. There are many stories to be told. Is it the exact same wording? Oh, some, okay. It's up to the powerful beings is the same text. And it's some form covens in his name, and others attempt to make covenants with the mysterious count. Within this box, you will find some of the Valley's most terrifying foes, as well as some of its most devoted citizens. Excite your players with this collection of 7 highly detailed miniatures, and start building your own legendary story today. Morgantha, Bella Sunbane, Ophalia, Wormwiggle, the Abbott, Vasilka, Thorn, and Rose. Again, I don't have a specific release date. I just have October 2020, and each one will be $39.99 each. That does seem a little... I mean, it's 7 higher quality pre-painted minis. You know what you're getting, right? The difference between a lot of these is when you buy the blind box minis, you get a blind box, and you never know what you're going to get inside. So this, you're getting what you need. Obviously, the only downside is if you're not playing Curse of Strahd, these have no use for you. But I'm thinking WizKids and Wizards, as both has this thought, we're releasing Curse of Strahd revamped. We are doing the Beetle and Grimm set, so let's do some minis as well. So let me know what your thoughts are on the comments down below. Hopefully this worked out well with the Warlock tile on the spinny base, and you could see everything really well. I was trying to make this a little bit of a faster review. You guys seem to not like it, watch me struggle taking things out of the package. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you again to my patrons on Patreon for continuing to support me and the channel. I will see you all next time.